Attention, everybody in the Solutions Hub. Welcome to the Emerging Technology Showcase, the part of the MTS that showcases emerging technology. Throughout today and tomorrow, our emerging tech speakers will take you on a journey of innovative solutions, shaping the industry as we know it. Without further ado, our first speaker has been presenting new technologies at worldwide events and trade shows, as well as working with talented film and television editors that make the content you love to watch for over 25 years. Please give a big hand to Michael Krulik of Avid Marketing Solutions.
Woohoo! God, that is a great radio voice you have. Awesome. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us at SIMTE 2024. My name is Michael Krulik with Avid Market Solutions and the Video Product Evangelist. Perfect. So what we're going to talk about is partners. Partners. You all are partners, right? You all are partners. You want to work with, hopefully Avid and Media Composer. And how do you do that? Well, recently we opened up Media Composer with the Panel SDK, the Software Developers Kit. So if you have a workflow, if you have a process, if you have software that you'd like to link into Media Composer, we can actually give you the tool to make it a panel inside of Media Composer to streamline the process. And you'll see here that we have probably over 200 partners currently signed up to be part of the Media Composer Panel SDK system. So the great thing is, and I'll bring up the web page towards the end of the presentation, you basically can go into the web page, sign up. That'll go through a process. We'll be able to take a look to see how you can become part of Media Composer and basically streamline the process. So if you are doing any sort of, archive, if you're doing dailies work, we want you to be part of Avid, to be part of Media Composer. So with the Avid Panel SDK and Media Composer, we want to bring in the third-party applications inside of Media Composer. And I will also give a demo as well. So we're going to show you some of the current partners that are working and available with Media Composer inside of the panel. This is an HTML5 window that is available in the Tools menu. So as you go into Media Composer and pull down Tools, you will see the name of the panel that you have access to. And again, over 200 partners are currently working with us. So we want to expand the workflow possibilities. We know that typically everybody goes outside of Media Composer to connect to other applications, whether it's Autodesk, Spectralogic, Doom Solutions, anybody want to bring it into Media Composer, and this is available in Media Composer Ultimate, Media Composer Enterprise, and Avid Edit on Demand. Again, over 200 companies building panels for Media Composer right now. Now, a couple of them that I will actually show, one of them is Autodesk's Flow Capture. So Flow Capture allows you to capture and deliver on-set camera footage inside of the Flow Capture system. And with the panel inside of Media Composer, you'll have immediate access to be able to take any of those files and bring them into a bin inside of Media Composer and work with them. Again, streamlining the process. Being able to review and edit projects across teams and locations. Again, we want to make it easier to give you access to all of this and to be able to track, manage, and store projects and assets. Also going into other applications like Doom Solutions. Doom Solutions, if anybody's familiar with VFX workflows, the great thing about Doom Solutions is it provides some tools that Media Composer doesn't allow. So if you want to go in and change things like names of your any VFX, we can go into the markers and do any sort of modification there. Again, Doom Solutions I will show you as well. Again, the Panel SDK performing actions on sequences and clips without leaving Media Composer. And Marquis Medway. Is anybody using Marquis Medway right now? So Lens to First Edit. If you are shooting on set, you can shoot into the Marquis Medway system and have immediate access to any of that media inside of Media Composer. So I'm just going back and forth here. That wasn't me. And Spectralogic for archive. Spectralogic has the Rio Broker panel. So the nice thing about SpectraLogic is it's very aware of Media Composer projects and bins. So through SpectraLogic, you'll be able to see that all the applications, all the bins, very aware, being able to access that, and again, giving access seamlessly and integration across Media Composer. Other applications that we are working on, now I'm going to be able to show you those four, but Track AI workflow. So Traco is another tool that we are actively working with as well. And also Dropbox. Now Dropbox, you may know as an easy way to go and, share files. We'll be able to do that now with the Dropbox replay for Avid Media Composer. And the nice thing about that is it's, giving you equal interoperability, just like Frame.io does within Media Composer. Other applications we're looking at are BirdDog for Cloud Connect, Streamwell. Streamwell is a great way to send out the stream of Media Composer through a web browser to anybody, anywhere through SRT. Excuse me. And also Electric Sheet for rotoscoping in Media Composer. Now, again, this is just a quick sample of some of the panels you'll see now. What is available now is SoundFlow, so music libraries having access to Streamwell, BirdDog, Marquis. Coming soon, we have Mog, Electric Sheep, Iamovo, and even in development with Flawless, Looper, and Traco, and 100 more applications available as well. Oop, that's going back. So let's get into the demo. We'll switch over to my little system here. We can do that. Perfect. So here's my edit bay. I'm now in Media Composer, obviously. Now, I do want to mention that I am working with Avid Edit On Demand. If you aren't familiar with Avid Edit On Demand, I'm accessing a complete Media Composer environment that's actually in Europe right now. So Avid Edit On Demand lets you easily spin up a complete Media Composer environment with Media Composers and Nexus storage and letting anybody access a complete Media Composer environment anywhere. But what I want to point out is if you take a look under Tools, you'll see that, let me go and under Tools, you'll have when you have the applications in there, I was trying to zoom in, but my Zoom application isn't working. You'll see I have the Medway Clip Importer, I have Flow Capture, I have SpectraLogic's Rio panel, and I have Doom Solutions Marvin Jr. So this is where you're going to see the applications when you become a partner, and it does become available to give you access. Now, I'm also in one of the latest versions of Media Composer, which is really nice, because let's go ahead and first take a look at Flow Capture from Autodesk. So right now, I've logged into Flow Capture, and what you're seeing is the panel inside of Media Composer or Avid Edit On Demand. And the nice thing about the new application is these panels are dockable. So I can take the Flow Capture panel, let's put it on the side here. So I've built into a single view of Media Composer. I have access to my Flow Capture panel. I have access to my bins. I have my Media Composer. So I can go in and fully function. And again, this is Media and Nexus and Media Composer running from a data center in Europe. But I want to have access to my files. Now, the Rio broker is, media that I have daily access to. If I want to take a look at any of the files here, I'm accessing Autodesk Flow Capture. And I want to take one of these clips right here, and I want to bring it into Media Composer. So if I we'll take this one right here, I can simply drag it from the panel into a bin, and I can now transfer that into Media Composer. So that now is, again, streamlining the process. I don't have to go out to another application, try and pull that in, and then take that file and bring it into Media Composer. I now have access to that file brought in from Flow Capture, and I can now take that and cut that into my sequence quickly and easily from anywhere. Again, streamlining the process. And anybody can become part of the Avid Media Composer family with the panel SDK. Now, also what you can do is now I have this sequence that I created right here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to rename that SMPTE 2024. I can take that sequence now and take it back into Flow Capture. So from Media Composer, let's go ahead and take that sequence, drag and drop it from a Media Composer bin into my Flow Capture panel, and it's now going back to Flow Capture for anybody else to have access to. Again, streamlining the process. If we want to take a look at, let's say, Rio Broker from SpectraLogic. Here is SpectraLogic. Again, it's come up as a separate panel inside of Media Composer. But I can go in and take a look at any bin. You're seeing these are the bins that are currently in my project that I have access to. So what you're seeing in SpectraLogic, you can see with SpectraLogic, what you have is the project-aware application where you're seeing the bins where if I need to archive a complete bin for Media Composer, I can select the bin and archive. Again, part of the panel is it's in the application. You don't have to leave the application to do any of this. All right? Hello. Oh, there we are. All right. Back again. And let's take a look at Doom Solutions. Again, I don't want to, actually, here's Medway, Marquis Medway. Again, we're not changing how anybody works, but we are basically enhancing the experience to make it easier for anybody to have access to the media for whatever workflow they have. And we've found that so many people are building applications to work more efficiently with Media Composer. We want you to become part of the partner list to have access to the panel inside of Media Composer. Like we have Task Labs and Task Panel and 12 Labs, which is right next to me, who said they are currently working with us as well. So with the Marquis Medway, I can select any clips here, take a look at any bin that's currently available inside of my Media Composer application, and import that from Marquis into my bin inside of Media Composer. And then Doom Solutions, again, opens up to so many more applications for anybody who's doing VFX workflow. So if I go to Marvin Jr. by Doom Solutions, I'm actually going to take this, I'm going to dock it into my Media Composer panel as well. Just to show you, you can stack your panels one on top of the other inside of Media Composer. So as many panels as you want to have access to, these can be saved as workspaces for you to work with. Now with Marvin Jr. Again opens up workflows for VFX and markers. So one thing I want to show you is the shot ID. Typically when anybody's working with VFX, there's a certain syntax that's used for the naming of a VFX file. And what you're seeing here is the show _ episode _ scene _ shot. And the nice thing about Marvin Jr. with Doom Solutions is we can take these and rearrange them any way we want to create a different, naming convention. But the real power here comes with markers. Anybody who's working with Media Composer, anybody who's working editorial lives by markers. Markers are comments by anybody, markers for VFX, markers for sound, markers for color, any sort of comment that you want to make to a file. So I'm going to go to my Marvin Jr. Sequences here. And you'll see that I have a series of markers. Let's bring up the markers panel. And these markers are now what are currently in the sequence inside of Media Composer. But I want to go in and change some of the naming. right here. So let's go to Marvin Jr. and I want to change to add text. All right. So I'm going to drag this sequence right here into Marvin Jr. and I want to change the name. So what I want to do is let's add a prefix to markers. Again, this is something that typically was a single thing. You had to go individually to each marker to change. But now with Marvin Jr. and the panel SDK with Media Composer, let me just spread this out a little bit. I'm going to change to add a prefix to a series of markers, and I'm going to add, sorry, I'm challenged. SMPTE 2024 _ to, I could do all tracks. I could choose specific tracks. I could apply it to specific marker colors. Now this is really cool because in Media Composer, you have all of your markers. They can be different colors. Colors can be for different levels of effects, for different audio, for things like that. So if I take a look at my colors here, I can see that I do have a series of green colors here. So I'm going to change all of the green comments to have SMPTE 2024 added to the front of my comments right here. So when I come down, I click add, and you would see SMPTE 2024 is added to just those right there. And let me tell you, one of the most powerful things in this application is undo. I mean, how many times have you gone in and you changed a bunch of stuff and then you had to go back and individually make manual changes to each marker or name? I can simply say undo, and it has taken away all of those changes there as well. So, just all of the panels and the control that you can have with the panel SDK in Media Composer. Let me go to the web page. Anybody who has any sort of workflow or application that they would like to add or become part of Media Composer can actually Google Media Composer Panel SDK. It'll bring up this application right here where you can fill in all of this information. It's going to go through to the team at Avid, who will take a look at all the partners, see what you have. They'll reach out to you. They will give you any sort of tool that you need to be able to create the panel inside of Media Composer. And this is open to anybody, anywhere. So just a little quick presentation for the panel SDK. Again, lots of opportunity there. We do have the table over on the side to be able to go in and get a closer look at any of these or anything else inside of Media Composer. So thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of SMPTE 2024.